wanna chat? Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that. Ooh-wee.
Welcome back to Sports Therapy, and it's that time here on Sports Therapy. What up with that time? I got 4 really funny stories for you today. The first one coming from the NBA and the Atlanta Hawks. Now, their mascot, Harry the Hawk, was not having the best night Tuesday night in Game 2 against the Celtics. So he was trying to pull a little balancing stunt where he walked across really the front row of stands in Atlanta. He's kind of trying to tightrope walk it, and you got to check this video out to see for it to get justice. I mean, it was hilarious. Harry the Hawk is walking by. He's walking by. He's going. He slips a little bit, but he regains his balance. Everything's fine, right? I think wrong. He slips again, and he falls, splitting his legs open, crushing right down. Harry Hawk falls down right on his you-know-what. Hilarious to watch that, man. What up with that, Harry? You got to practice this thing if you're going to do it in the NBA playoffs in front of thousands of people. Come on, Harry. What up with that, dude? Now, another story coming from the NBA, coming from a guy that's retired that now does kind of what I do. Reggie Miller, one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history, now on TNT as a TV host. He came out and said this week that he thinks the crew on TNT could beat the Memphis Grizzlies right now. Come on, Reggie, what up with that? Now, I know the Grizzlies are without 2 of their best players, Mike Conley and Marc Gasol, and we've really seen the last 2 games the Grizzlies get absolutely dominated by the Spurs, losing by, I think it was 18 last night. But Miller, come on, dude. You guys are too old for this. There's no way you could hold your own with the Memphis Grizzlies. What up with that, dude? You can't make a statement like that. Come on now. I mean, I know you got Shaq, Chris Webber, Charles Barkley. But at this point, Shaq ain't going to be able to move. Barkley is still working on his terrible golf swing that he's never going to be able to fix. Webber is still trying to call a timeout even though he doesn't have one. And you're sitting there with a cane. Come on now. What up with that? You cannot say that you could beat the Memphis Grizzlies. Not going to happen. No chance. Moving on to my next story. Comes from tennis, actually. If you haven't got a chance to see this video, oh my gosh, it is hilarious. It cracks me up. I'm one of those people that loves, I hate to say it sounds kind of bad, but I love to see when people fall, it's just hilarious. Now, my sister, she thinks it's even funnier, even my mom. All 3 of us, we just love to see people fall. It's just such a funny thing, especially, definitely if they're not, we don't want them to get hurt or anything, but if they get back up, makes it even better. So what happened was, in the Barcelona Open, one of the ball boys had one of the worst-case scenarios that you could have as a ball boy on live television. So he went over to hand the guy that was playing his tennis balls, and as he was walking back, the guy dropped back a few balls, picks him up, and he's walking back, kind of jogging back over to the wall. Of course, they're playing on a clay surface here, so if you can picture that. He's jogging over, and right before he gets to the wall, wipes out, drills his head on the wall, face plant into the wall, stands up, he's okay, but right on live television, you see the guy that's playing, the tennis player, turn around and just kind of smirk at it. What up with that, man? You got to be able to keep your footing out there, especially on live television. Come on, man. You can't do that. My last story comes from Kobe Bryant. Now, the Black Mamba went out on a high note, dropping 60 points in last week's finale. Just a remarkable performance for Kobe Bryant. Nobody expected him to be that good. But some crazy stuff has been going on now with people trying to sell memorabilia from that game. The craziest thing that I have seen that is making me say, what up with that, is someone is supposedly selling a bag of air. I said that right. A Ziploc bag full of air that is supposedly from Kobe's last game in the Staples Center. I'm not kidding. You can go on eBay and literally buy a bag of air from Kobe Bryant's final basketball game in the NBA. That is a legitimate thing. That's a legitimate thing. As of now, somebody is willing to pay $64 for a bag of air that honestly, it could have been Joe Schmo from the side of the road, blew into a Ziploc bag, and wrote Kobe Bryant's last game on it. Somebody is willing to pay $64 as of now to buy that bag. I can't believe it. Makes me say, what up with that? Just absolutely ridiculous to see that. So that's all I got for you today on What Up With That. But really excited at the 11:35 hour to be joined by Josh Norris, who is an NFL draft expert and writer for Roto World and NBC Sports. Cannot wait to have him on my show to talk NFL draft, as it is only 8 days away. So don't go anywhere. Come back and listen here on Sports Therapy.